This game back within a touchdown now as the kickoff's away. And that'll carry over the back line of the end zone for a touchback. The Browns drive about to get started. You've got less than 30 seconds left here in the half. You're well on your own side of the field. What are we doing here, Coach Davis?
Well, I'm trying something on first down. And it's something that's safe. It's something that's been done many times before. A lot of people say it's not even worth trying, but I'm running a draw. I'm running a screen. I'm seeing if something pops. And if it does, that can alter my strategy and potentially get me some points. And if it doesn't work, well, then you just run the clock out and go to the locker room.
And now it's 1st and 10, a big mistake, especially when you factor in the personal foul yardage.
Here we go.
From the gun, Mayfield going top shelf for Smith-Schuster. And that's going to wind up incomplete. However, we do have a flag down. Let's check in with our referee.
Let's go. Let's go.
Breaking the huddle, 1st and goal as the return team has set him up with golden field position. Mayfield to throw it. And this is caught. Touchdown, Cleveland. Juju Smith-Schuster as the first half is winding down. And the Browns are going to tack on to their advantage. And that'll give them a 2-score lead here, but I'm looking ahead. They just want to hold it for the final moments here in the second quarter. They don't want to give up anything on the other side.
No, not at all, because if they don't, it almost had the feel of an imposing their will score. And right now, they want to make sure they keep that and carry it into the second half.
Extra point up and good by Sanders. And it's now 21-7. This is taken at his 4. And he's up across the 25 and down at the 28-yard line.
Baby. Let's go.
The Baltimore offense at the line, set to get going. Time here for likely one play, then off to the locker room, and they're going to have some adjustments to make.
They certainly will, and I think a lot of people are thinking to themselves, all right, take the knee, get out of here, regroup. But how will the head coach and his staff approach halftime? Will it be angry? Will it be clinical? Will they be calm? Will they just let it all out? Who knows? I'm going to be a fly on the wall for this one, though.
Throwing to start the drive, but that one incomplete. So now they'll come up on 2nd and 10, once again from the 28. Not wanting to take a chance this time, they'll keep it on the ground. And he will perhaps get back to the line of scrimmage, but that's it. And time has run out on this first half. So we have come to halftime in what's already a 2-touchdown game. As we'll head down to Orlando, that's where we find our man Jonathan Coachman at our EA Sports Halftime Report. Coach. This one fielded at the 5. And he'll get it up past the 20 to the 22-yard line.
The Browns take over 1st and 10 at their own 22-yard line.
The Browns drive about to get started. They built a good first half lead. Now they have a chance to add on to it.
And what I'm thinking is that the offensive staff spent the entire halftime just working with them on, here's what we think they're going to do to attack us in the second half. Nice first half that we've had, guys, but be prepared for some change-ups. We're going to see them when we kick it off in the second half.
See how they handle any adjustments that might be made defensively. The run only got a yard. Here's 2nd and 9.
Hey, tight end's right. Watch tight end.
Here's Mayfield. he's able to outmuscle him here as he pulls it in.
We play to win.
A gain there of 21 yards.
And the game just keeps evolving. Big guys running those corner routes, so difficult to cover.
Check three, check three.
Alert, 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 alert.
Watch twist, watch twist.
Topper, topper.
Mayfield hands to Chubb on the draw. And across midfield he goes into Raven territory.
Oh, yeah.
It's a 7-yard carry to set them up with a 2nd and 3.
That play wasn't quite as big as the play that preceded it, but still, gotta like the way they're moving the football, partner.
Absolutely. Pretty good room to run on that last play.
Yeah, they didn't get a first down, but still, you'll take runs like that each and every time, won't you?
Check, check, check.
Watch out.
And again, it's Chubb. And he'll get it down here to the 43. 6 yards to pick up, and that's a first down.
Third quarter, and you've got the lead. You're not ready to go into that 4-minute offense to close the game out, but a running game can really benefit your team right now.
Set. 180.
40. Hey, 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 hey.
Set.
First down, Mayfield. And he gets it to his running back, Nick Chubb. Oh, Chubb fumbled it, and it's picked up by the Ravens. And now off to the races down the right side. And this is going to be brought back for a Baltimore touchdown. Here's Seibert now to add the extra point. It's up and good. This becomes a 21-14 ball game now. So here's the kickoff now as they'll get it again following that fumble return for a score. This is taken at his 4. And he's up past the 20 to the 22-yard line.
Let's go, let's go, let's go.
The Browns take over 1st and 10 at their own 22-yard line.
Set.
The Browns drive about to get started. They'll be looking to make amends for the events of a moment ago. A fumble return for 6 points.
You absolutely have to protect the football. That's got to be priority number one because margin for error is starting to slip away. Now it's down to a 1-score game.
First carry for James Conner. And some room to work. And he gets this one just shy of the 40. They'll mark him down at the 39. A good play there as the Browns strike for 16 and a first down.
Partner, if you want more carries, I think we saw how you get them. Showed that he's got the fresh legs, and he picked up the first down on that run. Don't just ask for them. Show them that you're supposed to get the football.
From up near the 40 now after the big play to start. Here's another 1st and 10. Rolling to his right. He's going to take off with it. He'll get 8 on the scramble there. It'll be 2nd and a couple.
Now, that was not a bad scramble there on first down. He didn't force it, nor did he throw it away. He was able to take off, and now he made it a very manageable 2nd and short.
Set. 180.
I got you, punk. Roger.
Run, run, run.
Mike 20, Mike 20, Mike 20.
Watch out.
Looking to throw again on 2nd down. Mayfield. He'll let this go for the end zone. And he can't hang on. That's definitely going to be one he wishes he had back. Incomplete in the end zone.
Even without a ton of pressure in his face, it just shows how difficult it is to pick apart his own defense. Those guys are sitting back, and they're not playing receivers as much as they're playing the eyes of the quarterback and when he delivers the ball.
After the incompletion, here now, 3rd and 2. They'll run for it. Here's Chubb. And he got blown up. Losing yardage on the play back at the 44. That'll bring up fourth. They had the 8-yard gain on first down, but unable to do much from there. The Browns send out their punter now, as he's on to punt for the first time this afternoon. And he gets this away, and look at this. This is a good one. And it's out of bounds. Now we'll see what the side judge says. He says out at the 8-yard line. So well done there. And these punters, they get more specialized and better each and every year, don't they?
They sure do. And now it's really not the American punters. It's the Australian punters with their kicking academies and that flat drop and just kind of kicking the nose of the football. They're able to almost stop it where they want to, like a good golfer can check one up.
Danny. Set. Hut. 59's Mike. 59's Mike. Check. 59. Hey, watch the slant. Off. Check 59. Mike, slant.
Throwing now, Jackson on first down. That's complete to Marlon Mack. And he'll be brought down, it looks like, right at the 15. Give him 7 on the play, and it'll make it second down.
Set. 15-90. Run. Watch that.
Here's Jackson to throw. A short throw caught by Andrews. And they'll get him down here at the 23.
Let's go.
9 yards to pick up there, and it's a first down.
When an offense reads blitz, doesn't matter where it's coming from, tight ends know that they become a big part of the passing game because they should be an easy outlet when all those extra bodies are trying to get to the quarterback. A hot route, so to speak.
Jackson. Looking left side, Andrews with it complete. And they'll get him down after a pickup of 8, 2nd and 2. A good pickup there, 8 yards on the first down completion.
Let's just break this down and make it pretty simple. Key to the drag route, letting the play develop, finding the hole in the defense, and giving your athlete, yes, athlete, a chance to make something happen once he has the ball in his hands.
Mike, 53.
Throwing again on second down. Jackson. And that is incomplete. A lot of force bearing down on him there. He could not hang on. It's third down. We have not seen a whole lot of wide open receivers. Everything seemingly has been contested.
And that's another nice job there to force an incompletion. They've been very cohesive, knowing each other's moves all game long, and they've been on the spot just about every time.
And they've held them in check on the scoreboard. After the incompletion, here now, 3rd and 2.
Here we go.
Jackson will throw again. Into a double team, and it's intercepted. Picked off by the linebacker, Joe Schobert. And his guys are going to get the football at the 37-yard line.
Well, this is a defense that can confuse even the best of quarterbacks with their zone schemes. And here you've got a linebacker that's going to stay at home and just sit down in that zone. And this one basically comes right.
Line of scrimmage, the 37 on 1st and 10. Mayfield hands it off to Chubb.
Get there.
He'll get a nice chunk there on the first down run, and it's 2nd and 4.
An opportunity to get a drive started here at the end of the third quarter. What you're trying to do is break the game down a little bit. Don't let your guys see too deep into the game, into the future, and say, oh, we got to get here. No, right here, right in front of them. Melt the clock down, get to the fourth quarter, try and keep going.
And try to keep that lead.
Exactly.
The throw right sideline here is complete.
Come on, fellas.
And he'll be a little shy of the 25 here at the 26-yard line. So signs of life in what's been a dormant offense in this second half. Here's 1st and 10. Now a throw to the end zone on first down, but it winds up incomplete. He was looking for Odell Beckham that time, but it'll be 2nd down. How good has he been throwing the football, though? Despite that incompletion, that's just the 3rd time he's been off target this entire game.
And, Brandon, I've been on the other side of this equation, trying to defend a guy who's been this hot, and it chips away at your confidence. And when you're not confident when you're trying to defend, it makes you slower to the football, and it leads to more completions for them.
Once again, they'll come up on the 26-yard line, 2nd and 10. Throwing, Mayfield. And a flag comes in as that one falls incomplete. Well, let's see who this is on. Clearly wasn't outside of the tackle box. There's your penalty.
And accompanying that penalty, a loss of down.
So now it's 3rd and long, because remember, they also lose a down on the grounding call.
Point it right, point it right, point it right.
There we go, Mike 20, Mike 20, Mike 20. Here we go, here we go. Smooth. Hey, Mike 20, Mike 20.
Hey, alert, 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 alert.
Get out the field, defense. Mike 20, Mike 20, Mike 20.
My touch.
Mayfield.
You ain't going nowhere.
Nowhere to escape, and he goes down.
Boom.
Brandon, what I remember most about playing with guys who knew how to rush the passer, they would just tell you, just cover people for me just long enough for me to get there. And that's exactly what happened on that play.
The Browns send out their punter now, as he'll kick it away for the 2nd time. Fair catch called. It's taken in right at the 20-yard line. Well, pretty woeful there. Just 23 yards on the punt. And the Ravens, they'll take over. The Raven offense set at the line for this next drive. And following the interception, just any interception, are you a little bit more cautious when you start that next drive, or no, you just throw that out the window?
I think you are. I don't think that there's
Nowhere to escape, and he goes down. Keanu Neal with a safety blitz for the sack.
How about that? One of the so-called little guys putting the pressure on. That was a strong safety. When I was in college, we often called that a lightning blitz.
And they need to work to at least get some of this yardage back after the sack. 2nd and 19.
59's Mike, 59's Mike. Check, check, 59. Let it go.
Throwing is Jackson. Throw left side complete. That's Black. A good pickup there, 13 yards as they get closer for 3rd down. Tell you what, he's been able to put the ball in some tight spots all game long. That throw, no different.
Yeah, a lot of people would call it a gutsy type of a throw. I think he looks at it as, I can do it, so it's not that big of a deal to me, and I'm going to keep firing.
On 3rd down, Jackson. And that'll wind up incomplete. Bold play call there. Now it's 4th down.
This defense was definitely alert to the possibility of the deep ball, and they were more than ready for it.
They've got the lead, 4th quarter. Maybe can expect more passes like that downfield. One score down. Here we go. They're going to go for it here on 4th down.
59. Mike's 59. In your face. Mike, check, 59, 59. Hot 7, let's go, D. Big series right here, so we got to step it up. Check 43.
They'll try and throw for it with Jackson. Trying for Brown, and it's intercepted. He's picked off at his own 46, and he's able to take this one back to the 36-yard line.
Okay, it was 4th down, but you still had time here in the 4th quarter. Instead, they make the decision to go for it on their own side of the field, and this ball winds up getting intercepted.
So from the 36 now, 1st and 10.
Let's go one more.
Following the interception, Mayfield. And the tip there altered the ball flight, and it falls incomplete. It'll be 2nd down.
And that's one he's got to be happy to have back. There wasn't a hole open in the zone.
You'd have to think on early downs like that 1st down there, need to be a little bit more careful.
Yeah, fortunately for him, got a couple more downs to play with.
They'll try again from the 36 on 2nd and 10.
Cut.
49. Check 49. Check 49.
A run for Nick Chubb. And here's another tackle made at the line, so they're converging well on the football now.
That's it.
No gain on that one as it brings up a 3rd and 10. Big play coming up. Here's 3rd and 10.
I would expect to see some pressure here.
Let's get up. Mike 20, Mike 20, Mike 20. Hey, hey, hey.
The pressure drops off as they'll look to throw.
Watch the slant.
And that is incomplete.
You hear the calls for a penalty, but I just don't think so. I think in this situation, the defender was making sure his guy couldn't hold on to the football. So I don't see anything that warranted a flag.
No, I'm with you. There was contact, but I'm happy they kept that flag in the back pocket. And this is good. He got just enough to clear the crossbar as he drops it in from long distance. And that will push the lead up to double digits now at 10. A big one there. That gives him a little cushion and makes it a 2-score game.
Yeah, bled a little time off the clock, put some points on the board. It's not totally out of reach yet, but it has to feel pretty good to them right now because as a defender, you go out on the field and say, guess what? You can put some points on the board, but that won't beat us.
The Baltimore offense at the line set to get going. They are looking to make a bit of a 180. They are sputtering right now.
And frankly, I think it's time to call your playmakers together and say, all right, guys, we're going to lean on you through this patch. We need you to get us back on track and get us going in the right direction. So you're calling plays geared to them. Not necessarily what you look at your plays, oh, this hurts the defense. I want the ball in the hands of X, Y, and Z and see if we can move forward.
So don't get too cute. Go to the playmakers. So quickly all the way up at the 40-yard line. To throw is Jackson. And nearly picked off. Surprising to see a defender of his caliber let it get away, but it does get away and it's 2nd down. An incomplete pass on 1st down. That leads to a 2nd and 10. Throwing again. Jackson. He's got his man. It's Andrews. And Andrews lost the football. And they're going to have another 1st down as he's going to be tackled at the Browns' 40. But call it luck or skill, whatever the case is, they're feeling good about just keeping the football there.
Yeah, the biggest thing that they're calling it now, our ball. They don't care if it was luck or skill. Boy, the panic that jumps up in your chest when that ball's on the ground, whether you get it or your teammate gets it, just as long as you retain possession, that's all you're looking for. This defense is continuing to contest every deep ball that is thrown downfield. And, look, it doesn't matter whether you're playing man or zone. Eventually, that becomes man on man, and you've got to trust yourself and go up at that moment of truth and make a play on the football.
Ready, go. 59 Mike.
Again on 2nd and 10, it's Jackson. And this is intercepted, and that should do it. Picked off at the 20, and he'll get this back to the 32-yard line.
Partner, we always talk about possessions being at a premium in these games, and now in this situation, throwing an interception here when you have to claw your way back in, that one's going to hurt, and in a big way.
The Browns drive about to get started. And fortunate to get points on the board last time. They had to hit a really long field goal to do so.
The kickers in today's game are so good and so skilled and hit from distances that we almost start to take them for granted. And we can't do that. That's a long field goal that they got 3 points out of. They've got to feel good about that, and they better make sure they love him up because he's helped them out.
Yeah, now we'll see if that offense can put 6 on the board here. We'll see. And not totally home free yet, but it's looking good as they come up 1st and 10. Chubb. And he's brought down at the 34. Call it a gain of 4.
It's easy work.
The recipe's pretty simple, I think, right? Just give your superstar the ball, continue to feed him.
Yeah, don't overthink this one, right? Make sure he's touching the football, but you're also counting on his intelligence in playing the game as well. If it's not there, don't force the run. Just make sure you hang on to the football and keep the clock ticking.
Following the pickup of 4, here's 2nd and 6.
That's what I do.
From the gun, it's a give to Chubb. And a short gain down to about the 33.
Partner, we know today's NFL is really built around the guy throwing the football. But these short runs, they still pay dividends because they can take their toll on a defense, and they can add up as the game goes along. You control the clock, you control the ball, and that way you often control the game.
They'll try a little trickery here on the end around. And that one covered beautifully. Their defenders stayed home, and they'll stop him behind the line. It'll wind up being a loss of 2. And it'll be 4th down.
Brings up 4th down.
So on 4th down, out trots the kicker in a big spot here. From the left hash, this will be a 52-yard attempt. And now contact up front. And this might set up an interesting decision. So now it's 4th and short.
So after the penalty, that means there's a decision to be made. Do you still line up in field goal formation? Or maybe you think about running your offense back out on the field.
And no move to get the offense off the field. They'll stay put on 4th and 1. Running for it. Here's Chubb. And he's got the first as they'll bring him down at the 28-yard line. That one a backbreaker as they wind up converting there on 4th. Now Mayfield. Oh, incomplete. A turnover would have really helped there. Almost intercepted. Instead, it's just 2nd down. So now they'll come up on 2nd and 10, once again from the 28.
We got to get the ball, D. Get the ball.
They give the Chubb out of the gun. And he's going to have to protect the football and take his lumps here at this stage of the game as they stop him behind the line. He'll wind up losing a yard on the play, and that'll bring up a 3rd and 11 situation. So now with 6 seconds remaining, we get a timeout on the field.
You got him. You got him. Ha-ha, you got him.
Seventh play of this drive coming up, but a long way to go on 3rd down. They run it again with Chubb. And he'll be brought down at the 28, and that is well short of the first. So Cleveland able to come away with the victory here, and they were spurred on by a strong performance in that 4th quarter as they held their opponents off the scoreboard.
Everyone wants to pitch a shutout for the entire game, but when you throw one in the 4th quarter, that tells everyone that you're getting stronger and dominance is starting to take over, right? The way that you close, the way that you finish, that gets preached to you from the time you're playing Little League football all the way up through. And they closed them out with a big-time performance down the stretch.
So for the Browns, their good start continues as they get their record up to 4-2. And they will head back home next week. Meanwhile, for the